Sí, sí, ya lo puse.
Necesita actualización,
Sí, sí. ¿Qué vas a estar? ¿El chat está activado?
Sí, debería aparecer a tu derecha. Todavía no pusieron nada. Eso es ahí.
Ok.
¿Ves bien?
Sí. Hi. Hi, guys. Hello, Aria. How are you? Hola, Carmen. How are you guys? Hi, Maya. Okay, so hi, Hannah. I'm good. Everything is fine here. I'm currently icing my hand because it hurts. Hey, you need to take care of your hand. Yes, I deal with that a lot. It's not bad right now, but I have some what's the word? Like sometimes in winter, mostly, my hand really hurts. I just need to stop drawing for a while to not over. ¿Cómo se dice? Exigir. No. Just to don't overwork yourself too much. Is that a word? I don't know. Anyway, so welcome everyone. Te pregunté algo. ¿Cómo era sobre exigirse? Overpush, overwork. ¿Existe?
Overwork,
okay.
Sí. It's true.
Okay, so in this second live stream, we're going to paint this mermaid I did last Saturday. The drawing was feeling a little bit empty and unbalanced, so I decided to add, I don't know if you can, yes, I decided to add a portion of her tail here, a little bit more hair on this side, just to balance everything a little bit more. But other than that, this is exactly the same drawing we did. So yeah, we're going to paint this. I'm going to use watercolors for that, and maybe some Copic markers too. Let me know if you can hear me fine, if the quality is good. I know it's not perfect, but I hope you can see just right everything. So, great. Thank you so much, Kendra. I'm going to use these watercolors. These are the Gansai Tambi watercolors. These are super pigmented and saturated. The pans are huge. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a lot of material in this little thing. So I really love these watercolors. These are huge compared to the Winsor & Newtons, which I still use, but since that palette is a little bit more compact, I try to use the Winsor & Newton watercolors when I'm on the moving or traveling, that stuff. Okay, so let's start working. I have here my little palette. It's a little bit dirty. I need to clean the thing better. Let's start doing this. Look. I have water here, a medium brush. This is perhaps too big. I'm going to use this one. I don't have a lot of knowledge on brushes. I just like to use any brush that it's synthetic. And I use a medium one and a bigger one for the backgrounds to do big washes. So I'm trying to mix the skin tone here. For skin, I always use a little bit of reds, yellows, and orange with water. If it's too reddish, you can add more yellow and it will become a little bit more lighter. Hi, Chaz. Welcome. Okay, I have no idea what colors I'm going to use for this. I will just go with whatever feels right. I'm going to do like a base layer color, a base color layer with watercolors, and then maybe I'm going to add Copic markers on top. Always. No, I always use water. The brush is always wet to mix the colors, just to have the how do you say that? The paint like flowing in the paper. Thank you. Yes, I can do that. I would like to to do that? Like, do you mean step by step? Thank you, Diana. So for mixing colors, I don't really follow a logic here. It's more like a gut feeling. I do what it feels right for me and try to find balance between the amount of water and the amount of color you are mixing. ¿Qué pasó? No, no pasó. I wanted to use this color for the hair, not for the tail. ¿Qué? Sí, I got distracted. Sure, of course, I can do that. I recorded a video the other day showing you a little bit of my process, like how I manage my layers. It's basically my process, but I can definitely go more in depth in that, like with pictures step by step and little bit of descriptions. So I don't want my mermaids to look like Ariel, so I always like to use, like, my trick is use like greens and blues for the hair, and I go with a red tail. So I think I'm going to do this, use those colors in this drawing too. I like both. I love to mix both techniques. I love the feeling of the traditional art, and I love the endless possibilities that digital art has to offer. Mixing both it's like the thing I like doing most, to have the best of both worlds. No, me querías decir. ¿Seguro? Whoops. Hi Lina, thank you so much. Would you like to talk a bit of how you choose make poses? For poses, most of them I just draw straight from my mind. We were talking the other day about if I use references or not, and I don't use them as much as I should, but drawing from references is it's very important and it's really helpful if you want to have your different poses and your characters more feel more natural. If you want, let me think about that and I can make a post explaining it better than I can explain it right now with my English. But if you just feel free to write down in the chat whatever you feel you want to learn from me, and I like to write all the ideas, and I have like a list of ideas to make for Patreon, so I will definitely put that on the list too. Are you excited for Mermaid? Oh, I am. It's a month I really like, especially not because I draw mermaids all month, because I am drawing mermaids all year basically, but the fact that you can see all these artists drawing mermaids, it's that's the best of the month, so I'm definitely very excited about that. But in the other hand, I just can't believe we are almost on May. Like, I don't know what happened to the time, why it's going so fast. That scares me a little. Okay, so this is looking pretty dark. But another trick I like to use is once you have your layer of watercolors, I use Copic markers on top, and that step it's pretty important, because if there's something I am not liking of this, Copic markers usually save the day. ¿Cómo puedo decir? Como con los Copic markers como sacan las papas del fuego. ¿Entendés? Como...
Hide the errors.
Like, I can fix any mistake I did with Copic markers, since I have more control over the colors. Okay, I'm going to add more red to the skin. Whoops, that's violet. Okay, I need to look at. I really recommend you to do these swatches of your watercolors, of your markers, whatever art supply you're using, because obviously the watercolor is not the same when you put it on paper. So this really helps you to see how the color will react on paper. Here is more saturated, and I like to add more and more water, so it becomes lighter. So you have more control over how it's gonna look on paper. And I like to watch to look at these little cards I made and see which color fits better for what I'm trying to do. Sería interesante, sí. Diana is asking if I would ever do my own mermaid, like with my own prompts. I think it could be fun. I could do that. Do you have an inspiration, an artist you look up to? Oh, I do. I love Alessandro Barbucci, the creator of Witch. His style is it's just beautiful. I'm really my art style was really shaped because of his art and his art style. Sylvie Mainet, she's like, oh my god, everything that she does is it's just beautiful. She's amazing. Also Andrew Marr, Fran Nerd, she's the best. Fran is the best. ¿Qué más? Babstar. she's like the coolest girl in the comic book industry now. The comic book, yeah, industry. Otto Schmid, oh, Smidge, Otto Smidge, oh my god. He has a style so cool. Jacqueline Delion. There are so many. This is not a sketchbook I usually use, so water is not really, it's not holding up water really well. So colors are looking a little bit darker, and I really don't like this, but I will just keep going and see if I can fix it later. I obviously love Piccolo too. Oh, sorry, I kept thinking about the artist Piccolo. Mirka Andolfo, she's another Italian artist I really admire. Thank you, Carly, for your ideas. How to? I'm not sure if I'm good drawing different mermaid tails. I feel like I do the same all the time, but it could be interesting to do some research and share that with you. How do you choose your color palette and make sure that the colors do not clash? ¿Qué es clash? No.
Como que no funciona.
Well, I was saying that I don't follow a logic. I use these little cards I show you in a, well, I show you, I just try to go with whatever feels right, try to think on colors try to think colors in complementary. Like blue and orange, yellow and purple. Those are always like cool combinations of colors that always make everything pop. Honestly, I am not. I don't do much planning on my illustrations. So I'm really not good at that, but it's just like a gut feeling thing. But if something, always try to go from lighter to darker. That always helps. Because at least in watercolors, the beauty of watercolors is the layering part. So doing like light washes first and then wait until it dries and add another new color layer. That always is the best way to have control over your colors and the result. But again, try to do some swatches of your colors before like putting the color on your drawing. Try to watch. At least that's what I am. I like watch at these little swatches of color and try to think which ones will interact better and which cool combinations I can make. Like, for example, right now I want to paint this rock, but I'm not sure what color I'm gonna use. So I look at my browns and grays, and I will probably mix a little bit of these two. Perhaps some blue, some dark blue too. So this is 26. How often do you draw or produce art? Pretty often. I try to draw every day at least, just for a while. Of course, there are days I don't do anything art related, and that's totally fine. But I feel a little bit guilty if I'm not drawing or doing some creative work. So I try to do at least something every day. Even if it's not great or a masterpiece, it feels nice to do something and be productive. Sorry about that. I would like to see your process on drawing water. Okay, for that, for backgrounds and for water backgrounds, I always use some like big washes. And mix some blues and violets and greens. in Procreate there is this brush that makes a cool water effect, which is really cool. But yes, water is really tricky to paint. Okay, colors are looking a little bit boring for me, so I'm going to do a big wash for the background with a yellow, maybe like an orange, and then I'm going to move on with the Copic markers to see if I can do everything feel a little bit better. Thank you, Maya. Yes, this all started last week. I was just pushing myself out of my comfort zone because I have never done a live stream before, or even talking English out loud. So this all just started like a test to see if I was able to do it. I was capable of doing it, and I really liked it, and I'm learning so much from these things too. So the answer is yes, I will probably keep doing more of this. You are helping me a lot to feel more comfortable talking in English. And I really like to explain a little bit of my process, because I know that when my favorite artists do that, it's really cool and interesting, and it's nice to hear like what they were thinking, like the ¿cómo se dice? Como su sí, like their workflow and insights of their work. So I really wanted to do that for my art, with my art. And hopefully I can start doing that more often. And be one of those artists that talk. No puedo acordar. I can't remember which brush was that, but let me check then, and let me check that out later, and I can show you guys. But it's one of the ¿cómo se dice las que vienen? Standard brushes that came with the program. Okay, let's wait for a couple of seconds until this dries a little bit. I always get a little bit impatient on this step. I almost never wait until the paint is dry, but it's important to do that if you want to do things properly. So I'm going to go grab my Copic markers. Thank you, Lena. Lena, no. Lena. Ah, claro, está hablando español. Gracias, Lena. Muchas gracias. Sure. Yes, I can show you that. Let me think. Which way would be better for me to show you the steps? I'm not sure how that file is. Like if I have all the different layers separated, or sometimes I like to merge everything, and I have no way to show like step by steps because it's everything in a single layer. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of Copic over this watercolor layer we did. I have here swatches of all my Copic markers that you can find on Patreon too. I shared this with you, I think last week, and it's the exactly same step like with watercolors. I just look at these swatches and decide which color looks will match better with this thing I'm painting. So let's see. How do you retouch your traditional art for get a better quality and erase those stains or lines that you don't want? Sorry, I'm going to read that again. If I want to do like that very quickly, I just took a photo and take it to Procreate and do some retouches there. But if I want to do, if I would like to do a print out of this, I will scan these pages and do all the retouches. I'm sorry, retouches on Photoshop, just to have like a better quality file. Even though my scanner is very old and nothing really fancy, I like to use my scanner for that.
La herramienta que usas es la Spot Healing Brush. Que es la que tapa las manchitas.
See, the reason I like to use Photoshop for that is because not only you can paint over some stains and mistakes you have, but you also have a lot of tools on Photoshop which are super cool. I can show you guys those if you want, like the healing spot. There's one option that the clone stamp, y esa que
esa es la que elegís y la replico.
Sí, pero está la que there's some other option that fills everything, like you select everything and click on fill content aware, and it fills the selected area based on the colors around that area. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's really good. I can show you guys those too. I think it would be amazing to show us how do you edit traditional art for posting on Instagram. I have that on my list already. I was planning to show you guys that thing if you want. This paper is horrible to work with, watercolors. I thought it will handle better the water, but it didn't. I won't use this sketchbook for painting anymore. This is not my Moleskine, my usual Moleskine Art Plus. This is... Wait, what is this? This is like a brand from here of my country. I used to use these sketchbooks. That's why I thought it could handle better. Yellow Copics for to have like lights to have like warm tones and give more life to skins. It's really cool. Yellow makes everything pop up a lot. Yes, he is. I'm just thinking which colors exactly I need. I'm going to have some shadows with my trusty with this one. I want to do my first live stream on Instagram. We're going to do it with my boyfriend, no?
Mm-hmm.
We will just paint something digitally, do that thing where the ¿cómo se dice pantalla?
Share the screen.
The screen splits in two. Just draw a little. I don't know if we are going to do that today, later today, or perhaps tomorrow. But that would be fun. Can you do a video about the process of participating in a Comic-Con and if it's worth it for small artists? Sure, yes. I only attend to the Comic-Con here in my country. I was supposed to attend to the ECC this year, March, but it was postponed for obvious reasons. So I don't have any experience with international Comic-Cons, like in the US, but I can totally share a little bit of my experience with my local con, which is really great. I really love attending to those events. It was also postponed here. It was supposed to be late May, but it was postponed. Which is fine. But it's really sad at the same time because this is definitely not a year for conventions. I would say if you enjoy talking to the public and engage with people, it's definitely something you need to do. Even if you're a small artist or a big artist, whatever, it's always really nice if that's your cup of tea. I personally enjoy them a lot. And I enjoy the process of making products and prints and all that stuff. It makes me very happy for some reason. It's so relaxing to see you draw or paint. I get so frustrated with myself to the fact I want to draw so bad, but I can't come up with it. That's pretty normal. Whatever I stuck with no ideas to draw, I look back at my older drawings and see if I can redraw something. That usually works to fight back the art block. I also go to Pinterest and search for my favorite artists. I was going to say another thing. Oh, I have like a folder in my computer for inspiration. It's the same like having a Pinterest page, but I would like to save those photos to my computer just to have a better access to them. So I have this folder with all this art and material I really get inspired looking at. Do you find artist competition stressful? I don't think I think I don't think about that much. I know it exists. I know. I don't know if I can explain everything I am thinking right now in English properly, but
To give you a hand.
come on.
Sure.
Do you find artist competition stressful?
Stressful?
Stressful.
Yes. What is an art competition?
Come on.
What is an art competition?
Artist competition. ¿Entendés? Como la competencia entre artistas.
¿Y qué piensas vos?
Como que trato de no pensar mucho en eso. Como que no. I think it's more stressful for me. How do you say that? Cuando alguien te copia. When somebody copy your work.
When someone is trying to copy your style.
And trying to copy my style, I find that very stressful. But not when you use my style as reference or inspiration, like not in that way.
When someone is being mean-spirited about it. When somebody is trying to copy you and try to pass their art as original or yeah.
Or do exactly the same thing you are doing, like you post something in your Instagram stories and 2 hours later this person do the exactly same thing but slightly different. That kind of thing stress me a little. How do you make your pins? Your handmade? I have a really hard time trying to find someone who do enamel pins here in my country, Argentina. So I decided to do my own pins with acrylic. And it was like it was a very stressful process, but it was a little bit rewarding at the end. I can do a post to show you guys how I did those. But you basically just need someone who can sorry, who can print them out on an acrylic. ¿Cómo se dice plancha acrílico?
Acrylic sheet.
An acrylic sheet, yeah. And then you need someone who can make all the cuts,
Laser cuts.
all the laser cuts with the shape you want. And then you just buy those backings of the pins and you just do all the assembling yourself. Are you going to do a giveaway sometime? I would really love to do a giveaway. I live in a country where international shipping is extremely costly. Like, you have no idea how insane it is. I've been doing everything I can to find a way to sell my products, like at least do some shippings stuff. But I haven't found yet something I can offer you guys all on Instagram as well. They ask me a lot, but I'm still searching and I hope I can offer you some time. A way to I just hope someday I can start shipping stuff. If not selling, doing like this giveaway. I really want to. It's just a little bit harder here in my country. And I really have to put that aside for the moment with all this corona situation going on in the world. Do you ever have a problem with your liner getting smudged when you use coffee watercolors? No. To avoid that, make sure you're using waterproof ink. I use either micron pens or uni pens, an up and tail pocket brush. Whatever you're using, just make sure it's waterproof so you don't have all your ink smudged around. Okay, think I'm done here. The next step is add more highlights and a little bit more of light here because everything is looking still dark. But if you can see, Copic markers have added some interesting tones. Sorry, I'm not showing you. I really like this part here. I can totally. You could do that only with watercolors, but since I'm not a pro using watercolors, I like to mix everything with Copic markers because they are easier to use, and you have like these cool results. Combination of colors I really like. But as I was saying, everything needs more light now. So I will use gouache for that, but I don't know if this is getting too longer, so I can sign off right now, and do those retouches with gouache. Or you guys want to or you guys want to keep watching at this? Let me know, please. Whatever you want. I don't want to bother you. I don't want to bother you or bore you. Bore you. Okay. Let me know. Hi, Leichen. Okay. If you guys want to watch, let's do this. Carly's, will you ever do a live stream drawing digitally instead? Yes, I want to do that too. I'm still trying to figure out which way would be best for that. I don't know if you want to see my hand while drawing on the tablet, or if just like a screen capture would do the job. I'm still trying to figure that out. So I'm going to grab my wash. So these are the gouache I use. These are the Winsor & Newton. I'm not an expert of gouache at all, but I discovered, since these are like watercolors but more opaque, these are great for highlights and just to have more details. I like to use white. I use yellow to mix with white. For this drawing, we will also need blue and a little bit of magenta. Okay. So I have here my other palette. I'm just going to put just a tiny bit of each color. And a little bit more of white because I use white a lot. Wow, no puedo abrir esto. Ay, esto también. Déjame.
No, espera.
Si quieres usamos el otro.
Los míos.
No, tengo otro más.
Acá, aquí está.
Ok. ¿Cómo se dice? Estaba muy apretado. En inglés.
Tight.
Ok. This is really hard to open. Ya está. So I'm going to use the smaller brush I have for this to add details. This is 0, and I need. Wait a minute. I'm going to change the water. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have water, wash, and a small brush for this final step. Me manché el uso. Let's start with the hair. I'm going to use white and just a tiny bit of blue. Let's and we have this light mint color. It could be more white. ¿El gouache se aclaraba cuando se seca o se oscurecía cuando se seca?
Se aclara en el caso del blanco se transparente un cacho. Es como que pierde pigmento, pierde opacidad.
sometimes the wash ¿cómo se dice cuando cubre todo?
Cubre.
Sí, cubre de más. No sé.
Aquí está el filtro.
Como a veces cuando el gouache, no sé, como que vuelvo de vuelta con tinta y le paso por arriba.
Sí, como cover the area where you inked, and you have to go over
Yes.
with the pen.
Yeah, sometimes the wash covers too much of the ink, so I go back with the ink, with the pen again, and do some black lines again. This is just a process too of doing covering and doing again. Let's put some yellow here. Gouache dries extremely fast, which is really cool. You don't have to wait too much for everything to dry. Okay, I'm going to add more ink to some parts. My table is a mess right now, I can't find anything. Okay, I think this is done. It's finally done. I will probably take a good photo of this, make some retouches and stuff on Procreate. Of course, I will share it with you guys, the final result and the time lapse if you want, like what parts I did, so I did the retouches. So yeah, this is all for this live stream session. I hope you enjoy it. The sun is setting down here. Setting down now. The sun is setting down here, and it's getting really dark. I'm not sure how much time we. I think it was like 2 hours. Wow. So anyways, I hope you guys like this. I will keep working on this with Procreate, and I will show you the result on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you stay safe, and I will see you next time. Tengo que esperar a que tipo a que se no hace falta. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you so much.